last ban here for EG. Damwon, like you said, thinking that maybe that Sejuani is going towards that top side, and it's going to be a Camille ban. So I wonder if this is some kind of Gnar here for EG on 4. We'll see where the Sejuani goes, but could also be a Camille ban against Nuguri, target ban. It's one of his best champions. It's one of his favorite champions.
I think it's a good assumption from Damwon, though, you know, thinking that the Sejuani is going to go top lane. So protecting themselves here, and that assumption kind of backed up as well.
And EG with a team that kind of pushed themselves into a corner in their draft against G2. They drafted so much playmaking that if they didn't have agency in the game, then they really seemed to struggle. Right now, they've got a little bit of a balance with the Sejuani being that tank top laner. The Ezreal will do well in the mid game. There's the Ezreal Karma we were touching on to get a little bit of bot push. Bard is another one that could work. It's good against immobile carries and range supports and things like that if you want to make easy picks, but it just makes the lane phase a little bit difficult, and he will need to roam around to leave the Ezreal in isolation, but we'll see what they're
there it is!
It is the Bard.
Vulcan had a Smurf Bard game as well this year, so let's see if they can utilize it. It does so many things for your draft too. In addition to, of course, the roaming that everybody looks at, it lowers the value on Rift Herald comparatively to these dragons if Vulcan can match him and immune one of the towers as they try and pop it too. So let's see about the push through here. Lee Sin still left up for Canyon. Canyon just so diversified as a jungler.
Oh, yeah. It feels like every pick you're like, oh, it's Canyon's this, Canyon's that, but he just kind of plays everything. Bard is our 99th champion at Worlds 2020.
Ooh, are we going to get the 100th in this draft, I wonder? There's 2 more picks for that.
Breaking records, baby.
And it's the top laner here for Nuguri. Jayce is one of his specials. I mean, you think of Nuguri, you think of GP, Jayce, Camille.
Wow.
It's going to be the lock-in of the Jayce. Now, EG have a few options. Do they put the Sejuani top? Do they put a jungle and try to counter this Jayce with things like a Malphite, perhaps? You know, something really tanky and beefy just to deal with that lane.
Horse being considered. That would mean the Sejuani's going into the top lane inspired, going to jump on the HEcarim this time around. A fun draft from EG here. A lot of mobility and a lot of lockdown and preparation for a lot of these fights that could be happening. Tempered Fate really does change the game a lot.
Yeah, I think one thing, though, they're very scared about Damwon's early game, because Damwon have all these pushing lanes. You know, the Jayce for sure, try and push up on the Sejuani, Azir onto Sylas. It's going to be very precarious as far as jungle invades. If you have pushing lanes for Canyon, try and set up for him to go for some invades and find HEcarim. HEcarim is one of these junglers you can try and attack early while he's on his own camp.
What I will say for Damwon is this is a full range champion comp, right, with a Lee Sin. So getting picked off can be very easy. If the HEcarim, the Sejuani, and the Sylas can get on top of these range champions, they're going to have a very hard time kiting back. The benefit is the Renata ult will be strong into these 3 divers. They need to look for picks with Bard and flanks with things like the Sejuani or the Sylas to kind of gap close onto these 4 range champs.
Yep, one of the last times I watched Canyon playing into a HEcarim, I lost all my hair, gentlemen. He managed to gap Peanut in a pretty ridiculous way. But for EG fans, I lost all my hair because they didn't win that game. So there is still hope available. Very interesting drafts, though, to come out here. And the Jayce coming in for Nuguri. Definitely one of his signature picks from the past. It's time to jump onto Summoner's Rift and see whether EG can pick up the first win for North America, the World Championship here today.
Yep, this Damwon team, they've got a ton of damage, but they're going to rely on a lot of outplays. The Lee Sin kick, the Azir shuffle, and the Renata ultimates. If Evil Genius can avoid those 3 ultimates, or at least maneuver around them, then they can get that engage and look for that kill.
Well, Prime Gaming, gentlemen, giving away 150,000 RP to several lucky fans every single day of Worlds. You can head over to primegamingworlds22.com to enter and make sure to put in today's secret code to get bonus entries. For more information, you can use that ! Prime Gaming in the chat.
That's a lot of RP. A lot of skins that you could pick up that all these players are using right now. Power Rider Sejuani, the best one on Sejuani.
Oh, by the way, Jayce, Jayce hadn't been picked or banned so far at Worlds. So 100.
Has he not?
We did
100. We hit 100 champions.
We should have been more excited, but we just probably assumed.
I knew that either Nuguri or Zayas would pick it.
Yeah, right?
At least once this tournament, for sure.
I've already looked up Jayce stats so far, so I'm like, oh yes, well surely he was played in Blades. I just missed the game.
So this is it for North American fans, for EG fans, just trying to turn the ship around here at Worlds 2022. Yet to pick up a win, but this could be the one to do it in. Would be a very important one to do it in to join the race for the first 2 spots in the group. And Nuguri's gone for the cull in this lane. No phase rush either. So once he's locked down, that's it. He's in the thick of it.
Yep. That's not one to take notes for. That is a Nuguri thing, not a Jayce versus Sejuani thing.
He's always in there.
Yeah, he will take the cull no matter what. That's a great Arctic Assault there from Impact.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nuguri still gets the minion, and he's got the push going as well. Range advantage here. Wants to get the push early on, then he can start dipping into these brush, avoid even ranged minion autos changing back. It should be a full clear for Inspired. Again, HEcarim, you almost always want to go for this full clear, especially if you think you are protected. You'll go 2 points in your Q for an even quicker full clear, and not even put your point into your E until you get to that level 4 off of your Krugs. There is a ward over the back of the Raptor pick here from ShowMaker, so they know the timing for this HEcarim. Looks like Inspired will be able to get the power clear done on HEcarim. Feels quite nice.
Full clear on HEcarim is the go-to really on this kind of farming jungler. Nuguri, you're trading really hard onto Impact there. And when you think of Nuguri pass and Damwon pass, they like to prioritize things like the Twisted Fate to help out this lane, but it's only the jungler that can look for Impact now on towards this top side.
And this is a perfect example of what I was talking about with the 3 pushing lanes for Damwon from the tri-view. This is the scariest part about the draft for EG. They get pushed in top, harassed, pushed in mid, harassed, pushed in bottom, harassed. And they've got a jungler that just about to get 4. Nice.
Yeah, so Inspired actually going to be a little bit stronger, I guess, as far as experience is concerned against Canyon, as now Nuguri gonna have to back away. Acceleration Gate will create some distance. Oh, right at the very edge. And now Canyon is just gonna be flashing forward. Impact in so much trouble. First blood goes down, but immediately it's gonna be answered. Now Nuguri gonna have to get out of there. Flashes, Inspired's under the turret, but he isn't going to fully commit. And Nuguri will escape. It's still 1 for 1.
Yeah, that's actually quite good for Evil Geniuses, considering that was one of the scariest parts of the game for me for this draft, having them all push in. Inspired comes away with the kill here on the HEcarim. This is a carry champion, fellas. Let's see if the jungle carry can come through.
Oh, Ignite's used towards the bottom side. Kaori is actually very, very healthy, but he gets Gravitomed. And Deokdam just going to back away for now. Diving as this duo is difficult.
And Kaori just TP'd back to lane, so that stings even more. I think as he landed, he E'd forwards, but he's just lost 60% of his health bar.
Yeah, I think the other sting here for Evil Geniuses is that Nuguri got that kill on the side of Damwon and has the pushing lane yet again for the Jayce, so he's going to be a brutal up here. Here's another look at it. The benefits of finishing your clear so fast here. Inspired level 4 to level 3 on Canyon, procs the phase rush. But then, as you know, Canyon goes right in on the Sejuani.
So, Impact, no Q, no flash. So, Canyon's saying here, hang on a second, if I flash Q this guy, we can get the kill. Inspire blocks it though, and he's top actually behind Nuguri.
All right, he's just canted behind the turret. Nuguri now going to have to try and get back to it. Permafrost is great. Winter's Wrath. Inspired locks down another for EG.
Beautiful camp there for Inspired. He goes back, he buys the steel caps play, rank 2 boots immediately for the HEcarim, and goes straight through the tower.
Picks up the kill, no flash, pushes him back into the Sejuani. The base damage is there to pick up the kill, and this helps the Sejuani lane out so much. Canyon's on the bot side, though. We'll see if he can get these camps. Vulcan's on the way to mark him.
Exactly, because they know you did a full clear. You're upsetting the expectations of where the HEcarim is going to be. You think, oh yeah, he'll just go back for his second clear of his camps, but camping on the top side of the map.
Oh, okay, Vulcan is fighting Canyon, though. I don't think that's going to be a really fair one, but he is barred. Bard can do some pretty crazy things. It is still going to be the Gromp stolen away by Canyon.
I love it. He's doing as much as he can to defend Inspired jungle. Even ignites him there.
Yeah,
the ignite onto Canyon. Get off this Gromp. It's not going to be enough, and it's still going to be the dragon started up here for Damwon. They're paying the price of the top side camp.
And we see the clear game plan coming out from both sides. EG, heavy focus top side. Give up bot lane, basically, and Canyon's identified that, well, we lose 2v2 top, it's going to be very hard for us to win, especially at level 6 against HEcarim Sejuani with Ignite up. Let's start sacking Drakes, let's start to get Deokdam ahead on this Aphelios.
Yeah, I can't emphasize enough how powerful now these buffs on the dragon are ever since the changes they made after the durability patch. So those dragons definitely are going to go a long way. Early mounted dragon, but here's another look at it. The route that Inspired took, you can see it's over the control ward, over that Scuttle Crab speed, and then right into the gank because he knew he got the advantage of the flash there on Nuguri with the last play. Up against the wall, there's no way he's going to be able to dodge out on that W, so Impact lays it through with the Sejuani, they pick it up.
Yep, absolutely nothing that Nuguri could do, but this time around, at least he managed to pick up a kill, much better than the last game, and he's on the Jayce as well, so he's just going to continue to push. Couple of plates go down towards that bottom side, though, and this is the problem, right? This is Deokdam's Aphelios. He's the best player of this champion in the LCK, bar none. I think that is our opinion. Some would argue that Gumyushi's certainly up there, but Deokdam certainly did so extraordinarily well with this champion. Inspired coming down towards that bottom side, looking to attack the Aphelios lane, but not able to get anything done just yet.
Yeah, and when you are accelerated like this on the jungle HEcarim, you know, for Evil Geniuses, definitely looking for Inspired to go one of the carry builds here, especially because there's no tanks, no health builders really on Damwon. Lee Sin gonna build a bit of health, but besides that, definitely gonna get so much more value out of like the Trinity Force, the Stride Breaker, the Eclipse builds, any of those things for the HEcarim.
Jojo's picked up an Emperor's Divide. He's going to take it back to ShowMaker here in this mid lane, who has just been quietly accruing about a wave of a CS lead, but from what we've seen from Jojo's health bar, it's been extraordinarily low most of this game, but he's still kept within touching distance. Yeah, and we talked about the Azir Sylas briefly in draft. He's going to get pushed in and see if he can impact the map if Inspired decides to pay a visit. What I will say is in the in-game chat, Damwon is spamming Nuguri's flash, their own teammates, top laner's flash, and basically saying, I think the comms are, Canyon will play topside when Nuguri has flash because then they can maybe outplay the HEcarim Sejuani. Right now, it's very tough, but Canyon just leveled up on that bot wave. He's lying in wait on this pink ward, but it doesn't spot the ward that Vulcan just put down. We'll see if they commit for any kind of dive shenanigans here. Well, Canyon's there now. They're definitely going to do so. There's the kickback. Handshake is going to be comboed, and Vulcan will be taken down. That's a lot of chakrams. Oh, Arcane shift forward there from Kaori, holding onto the flash for now, but Canyon is just going to bully him away. Q is going to connect, gets out of the turret range. Let's see whether the juggle's going to work. Absolutely it is, as Canyon backs away after the double.
Inspired, gonna go for the chase, try and answer.
He runs pretty quickly. There's the safeguard, another handshake. Kellin so good. The flash from Deokdam's going to come forward. It looks like Inspired is going to be able to pick it up. Q connects onto Jojo, and Canyon's not going to follow it.
Pretty good execution there from Damwon on a tight timing as HEcarim was going back to the top side. Camps took him a long time to get there. EG do get one back though, and this one goes on to Jojo. This Sylas, such a big pick for him and for Evil Geniuses overall, so maybe they can put that gold to good use. But Damwon ahead 1,000 gold now, and the Dragon. It's into roam mode here for Vulcan to try and salvage.
Yeah, looking for Nuguri. Maybe if they can blow his flash, then the Herald setup becomes a whole lot easier. Jojopyun has the TP up very soon, but he's going to run to lane. But we'll see this one again here, but this dive from Damwon was flawless. Canyon just jumps over this wall here, knows it's watered in river, comes around the side, kicks Vulcan in. Getting Vulcan down is the hard part because he's very healthy, he has flash, he can be very mobile in getting away, but it's kick into handshake, flashes out, Deokdam then tanks after Kellin drops, they get the initial kill, and then Canyon just standing on top of Kaori with his Q waiting for Deokdam and Kellin to be ready for the redive.
Exactly, and Kaori had already used the Arcane Shift 4 to try and get the counter kill onto Deokdam. His Ezreal ult isn't going to get him there as Kellin flashes out with the tower aggro on him. This whole dive, too, with the Aphelios on red-white guns here, where they're coming back, and he has no flash.
In the meantime, Deokdam in a whole host of trouble. He's going to try and get some work done. The bailout, I don't think is going to work, and it's absolutely not. There's the shutdown onto Deokdam's Aphelios.
Jojo with the roams, the Sylas, trying to be the difference maker in this game and pull it back for Evil Geniuses. They do punish the flashless Aphelios. See about the push in there from Azir, because ShowMaker on the Azir does not follow, tries to get in. He's already worked off one turret plate for himself and getting quite fed. Here comes another cannon minion into the tower.
So Inspired just took the base, and Canyon hasn't started the Herald up just yet. He's hovering behind ShowMaker in case any play to be made. Vulcan again now leaving this lane. Once Kaori gets this kill, he has TP back up. He's got the bot push in. You can see the Ezreal just used to make sure it crashes. He's fine in isolation, as we talked about in draft. He can be very happy farming on a tower. They've already lost 3 plates, but if Vulcan can find plays on this map to shut down the Jayce or the Azir, that could be crucial. Pings on the Herald right now from Damwon, but right now they're on the bot side of the map. Canyon just shadowing behind Kellin, who has no flash. Needs to be very careful in making sure their bot lane is safe to contest this wave.
Yeah. You can see that Vulcan just chilling out in the river at the moment, collecting some chimes and things like that. But does mean Kaori is going to be by himself. Hex Drake up and available. 11 minutes for the second one is pretty early, to be honest, for Drake number 2.
And look at the Sejuani right now. Impact is coming out of base through mid lane. He wants to cover Dragon and then use his teleport back to the top lane to try and stop Nuguri. Nuguri going for the recall here. This could be, if Impact gets here, numbers advantage.
But position. Yeah. Canyon's just been standing there for a really long time.
Impact flank.
All right, in goes Canyon. He has his eyes on the Dragon, but the team fight might be picked up here by EG. They take down the mid laner. They take the Dragon Inspired's going to fall, but DWG KIA needs to get more if they want to win this fight. Impact now on the wrong side of this large wall, but he's still going to be able to Arctic Assault away, and I'd say that's a big win for EG.
Huge there. Impact the flank from the Sejuani. Comes out down mid lane on the reset. Kaori, though.
Nuguri just going to dive on top of him. Another auto will be picked up there. Gets the flash as well as DWG KIA looking to take even more.
Oh my god, the Jayce mechanics. He buffers his E on the Ezreal, so he knocks him slightly back in range for auto attacks there and has the W to chase him down. Kaori tries to flash there at the end, but the auto attack's already coming through. Ping's on the top side now. I don't think the action's over just yet. Canyon sprinting towards this Herald. Jojopyun's on the top side. Vulcan's coming out of base. That's the next objective to fight over.
Oh man, we need to collect ourselves after that one, as it's a 1,000 gold lead in one direction, but the kills are even. Let's check this fight again.
Beautiful flank from Impact. Absolutely amazing to land onto ShowMaker. It looks great for EG, but this hostile takeover, I think, slows EG down too much so that they can't get Canyon instantly in the fight. So he manages to get in the pit, dash away. Inspired goes a bit too far here and gets rooted up.
And you saw Deokdam had the Infernum ultimate, did so much damage there to the front line. Basically, every other member of EG was already out of the fight. Big chunk there. And then Kaori straggles into lane a little bit too far versus Nuguri. Nuguri sees his angle, flashes in, knocks him back. So even after that, E still gets it in. When you flash like that, the auto was already in the air for Nuguri. The only way you can break that damage is if you flash into the Fog of War. If you're still in vision there, it's going to land every time. He gets the kill.
Yeah, it's a very weird knockback on Jayce. It's a very, very weird one.
All right, we did get the Infinity Edge for Inspired. He's going for that carry HEcarim build. Triforce. Infinity Edge!
I like an Infinity Edge as well. That sounds exciting.
That sounds really exciting. We've seen Infinity Edge rushes in the LEC before, so that was on a wreck side, though. This time, HEcarim going to get the Triforce, but Herald's up. Plates are falling off in 20 seconds, and this is still the first Herald, so a little bit less valuable in terms of plate gold, and Inspired's on the enemy Raptors, so I think Damwon are saying, enemy jungler's bot side will pick this one up. Nuguri can't really lane bots right now. I think he'll get dope, so he's joining his team.
All right, well, Kellin thinking about actually trying to get a bit of damage onto Jojopyun here, but Herald going to get taken here by Canyon. Attempted to, he's going to be able to secure it, but can he get the eyes? The question, looks to try and get out. Hostile takeover is massive yet again, but Inspired dives forward. There's the tempered fate. Who's going to be able to win in the end, though, as Nuguri picks up one kill onto the Sylas, but Canyon also falls down. ShowMaker just collects the eyes, says no more of this funny business. Let's see if we can take a turret.
What a scramble. These fights are so close. Another one-for-one fight here. Canyon was able to finish off and hit the eyeball plus smite the Herald, so they got the kill gold for the Herald. And as well, the eyeball was then picked up by ShowMaker, so Damwon get the objective. Impact here on a ward.
Nuguri actually walking as if he didn't know that he was there. I don't think he's going to be able to kill the Sejuani at this point in time, but still cute to try and get a bit of damage. Inspired also walking over a ward, but he knows exactly what's going on there. Impact's going to back away. Nuguri safe for now, as he does have a minion wave and a turret very close.
So Nuguri now 3-1 on this Jayce. We'll take a look at this fight again. I'm not sure how I feel about this bot ultimate, so we'll see it again. Canyon gets the Herald initially, but it's Inspired and Jojopyun that get hit by the hostile takeover. And I think that Vulcan thinks ulting here is good to stop them from being, well, basically hitting each other. And then as it finishes, we see the ult come out from Inspired to get a 3-man fear, but then the ult lands from Vulcan. I wonder what the follow-up would look like if the fear connected and Impact joined the fight. Anyway, 1-for-1, Jojopyun falls, Canyon falls, Kellin gets away with a flash over the wall, and then ShowMaker picks up the eye.
That was one of those self-deny Bard ultimates there. Didn't get the duration for the fear off of that two-person play, but EG on the reset. Dragon coming up in 50 seconds. Already Damwon have established pushing on bottom side. I think the Aphelios just finishes up that turret. Deokdam on this Aphelios has been so rich here. He can finish up bottom turret well in advance of the arrival of Dragon, which helps them move in. You see Kellin right now getting that vision set up.
Yep, able to move himself down there, and ShowMaker also able to get that charge into the mid lane. Not able to grab plates with it, but still will have that one very, very close to becoming a Sun Disc and expanding DWG KIA's realm of control. Kaori needs to be a little bit careful here, but Arcane Shift is going to get the Ezreal to safety, but not going to be able to get the turret to safety, as that doesn't have an E. unfortunately.
And they can place the Azir tower here with 10 seconds on the Dragon, so that'll help them so much in getting the mid push. But we've got a base coming out here from Deokdam and Kellin. As ShowMaker's pushing this mid wave, EG looking for an angle. They can always ult the tower there and just dive ShowMaker, so he maybe thinks he's a little bit safer than he actually is. Don't have enough vision to work with. I don't think they know that Deokdam's in base, but Jojopyun's on the side. They could collapse here. Damwon in the river first.
Yeah, they had a little bit of a window there if they had perfect information, but it goes aside. The mid wave pushed in too. See, ShowMaker gets those minions all the way to the mid tower. They start dying, so Kaori actually arcane shifts over to them. That was the ultimate from... Oh, okay, it was just stolen.
Yeah.
It was about to time out there for Sylas.
I was a bit confused about the hostile takeover as well. It was the hijacked version.
That thing timing out, so just throws it away.
EG just in a choke right now. It hurts a little bit because the Jayce QE will always land and they'll get poked out. They need to find a better avenue into this Dragon Pit. Going through bot is what Inspired's saying here. Let's just push bot wave and look for angle. But Kaori has the TP. He's in mid wave. He's going to have to TP on that pink if he wants to join the rest of EG in contesting this objective. They managed to go through bot. They have a little bit more space to work with, but the Dragon is almost down already.
Tempered Fate is going to land onto the Aphelios. This could be big, but EG, not a lot of follow-up at this stage. Canyon takes a lot of damage. Inspired looks to just get rid of Nuguri. They pile in on top. The Drake looks to be the priority for Damwon KIA, but is Nuguri going to be able to survive this one? Canyon deciding that he just wants to come and help out his top lane. A hostile takeover defensively, and the heist is completed. Damwon KIA just walk away with the Drake. Don't look for the fight.
Yep, they get it, and they get out alive. That is 2 dragons for Damwon. Evil Genius is there. You can see the call from Inspired. Hey, while they focus dragon, maybe we can get a pick and then run down the fight. Play for the fight. It's only dragon number 3 here, so it's not too close to stacking, but they could not get that kill. Nuguri escapes on the Jayce with his flash. He knocks him back, gets over to Canyon, and they get the peel with the Lee Sin ultimate. Jojo is ready to go in with that stolen Azir ultimate as well, but could not find the distance for the chain to get the play.
Yeah, the call from EG was kill the Jayce and then take the fight from there. Nuguri managed to kite it out despite the HEcarim ult landing on top of him and getting pushed back into the Sejuani. The ult was already used from the Sejuani onto Canyon to try to push him out of that Drake pit. Vulcan tried his best with the Bard portal to chase him down, but Canyon saves the day. So, map state right now, push in lane from bot, from Damwon, and their next objective will be this top tier one. I think ShowMaker will be looking at that. There's another ult used, but they'll be eyeing up that top tower.
Yep.
And Canyon will try to shadow.
Yeah, Canyon now just going back to his jungle, clearing out the camps where he can find them. A little bit of a lull state here in this part of the game, as I will learn how to speak English, I assure you. 1 minute until the Baron is up and available. No team with enough of an advantage to lock that one down. As good vision here from EG as Canyon testing the waters. Inspired will spot him out as Nuguri paying a lot of respect to Impact here in the bottom lane.
I'm not sure why Damwon's really bot side. I think they've just realized now that this bot tower is dead. They can't defend it, and ShowMaker's getting top tower. They're not playing to the pushing lane, but they just all ran through mid to get there. Tempered Fate's going to miss on
Jojo flank?
Yeah, Jojo looking for the flank with that Tempered Fate as he picks up the kick as well. Avoided by Deokdam is fantastic. He's got the chakrams and they do so much damage. It's Canyon that locks down the kill there onto the Sylas, and now Damwon KIA can push further forward. They've got a minion wave. True Shot Barrage sails by majestically, but does not do a lot of damage. Canyon locks down the red buff and is now looking to assist the rest of his team. Deokdam off to the side, Calibrum in hand.
Aphelios with the white gun, so much damage there. Jojo tries to get the flank on him, but Deokdam's able to avoid the stolen Lee Sin kick, and he just melts Jojo inside the Raptor pit. Damwon will push for another turret.
Deokdam having flash there really helped the reposition. Jojo couldn't lock him down. And Damwon get that mid tower, like you said. So now moving towards this Baron. I don't think they can start it up, but they want to put a little bit of vision down. EG should know that they're in this area. They don't really want to face check anything, but Damwon are on base timers. This could be a window for EG to set up a little bit of vision. 2 minutes on the next Drake will be a Cloud Soul.
I love it.
You love it.
We haven't had very many of them. I believe there was a Cloud Soul.
Hey, I picked Hex
one of the
Dragon
games.
for my
I know, you and Jack, you are definitely huge brains, but I'm committed to my love of the Cloud Soul.
Vulcan.
Have to get in there as Vulcan. In a bit of trouble. Canyon looking to try and get some cooldowns out from the Bard. Tempered Fate going to be avoided yet again. Inspired's press W, and that means that he is pretty tanky. There's the ulti forward. Nuguri in a whole host of trouble, and he will just be taken down. No help from the rest of the team, and I thought maybe it would come forward, but no one was really in position to help out.
Big pick for EG there. Shut down onto the HEcarim. We'll see if they can push for more. They need to get that top wave in so they can look for the top tier 1. They can't look for a Baron, but it looks like they're just going to back away. Jojo's on the way up there now. Maybe if they push the wave a little bit early, they could have looked for an objective. They won't translate it into anything just yet, but that's a death stance on the HEcarim.
Yeah, and Deokdam also just got his recall off. He's got his completed Bloodthirst with the upgraded boots and Gale Force here for the Aphelios. So he gets right back out for the reset. There's no extra play on this. There's no dive on ShowMaker, you know, no flirting around with Baron to try and get some summoner spells out of a turn. Instead, it is going to be all eyes, 50 seconds towards this next dragon. Because they made the call for the fight in the last one and gave the second dragon over to Damwon, this one starts to get a little bit scary here as Damwon want to continue stacking. First things first, though, the push on the side wave up on top lane. Recall out there for ShowMaker first, and Jojo's going to walk his way down.
Ooh, Canyon needs to be careful of a face check here as he looks for Vulcan with the Q. Winter's Wrath not going to connect. True Shot Barrage once again, not going to hit the mark as Kellin just wanders his way out.
A lot of tenacity on that Lee Sin. Impact can't really lock him down. 20 seconds on the spawn. A base coming in from Kaori. He has the TP, but
Frost, pretty good there. As there's the kick flash from Canyon, and once again, Jojopyun's going to fall down. This could mean that Damwon KIA can just take themselves this mid-wave under their control and now look for that soul point, which is so important for that map control.
Deokdam has been so good. He starts out there with a Gravitum gun, replying to Jojo's attempt with his Everfrost, and it's instant reaction from Canyon. He does not hesitate. Lee Sin flash, kicks him in, gets the pick. There will be no fight over this dragon.
Oh, he does nail it with the True Shot Barrage that time around, gets rid of the Bloodthirster shield, but there is the soul point that we were talking about. Baron still up and available. Damwon KIA with no vision of the area at this point in time as Inspired is pushing in the top lane.
Yeah, a bit frustrating for EG. They're not getting a cross map here, so maybe Inspired things going to force this. ShowMaker not going to get the ult to be unstoppable from the HEcarim, but the next focus for that one is bots.
Yeah, Impact taking at least half of his health bar for now. Pretty tanky is the Sejuani at this point, especially with Deokdam not in the area, so will survive and gets rid of the minion wave as well. Jojopyun coming down, seeing whether he can try and find the angle. Oh, brilliant! Glacial Prison to come forward from Impact. Tempered Fate connects onto 3. Can they line it up? Hostile takeover. Kellin just waits for it. Handshake is brilliant as well. The defensive play has been fantastic as Inspired looking to deny Damwon KIA their exit. There's the magical journey just to follow through, and now Damwon KIA trying to get themselves back into position to win themselves a team fight. They have to fight to get out, and it looks like they're very well prepared to do so. Vulcan down extremely low. Both of these supports can't really battle anymore. Damwon KIA are allowed to leave.
That was so close. In the end, the reinforcements arrived just in time. They usher Kellin out with only 100 HP left after that ultimate tags him, and they have to retreat.
Oh, it must be so frustrating for EG. They could have got a few kills there. The fight was great. The Temper Fate onto Deokdam. Kellin so low, and they were chasing them down with the barred portal, but they get nothing from that play. The poke from the Jayce pushing them out of the fight, and Deokdam wants Aphelios when he's untouched and has room and space to work with. It's so hard for EG to lock him down. Baron is up. Canyon's on this crab. We'll be able to pick it up with the smite if he sees Inspired.
Yeah, they are closing in onto Canyon, who is there for quite some time. Safeguard's going to get him out. ShowMaker in the area, and Glasc will save the Lee Sin, at least for the moment. So, EG with a bit of control around this Baron pit. True Shot Barrage starting to land. I feel like Kaori's really got his eye in this point of the game.
First strike farming, baby. Got to stack up that gold.
Oh, yeah.
Get as much as possible. And Kaori's recovered pretty well, I would say, despite that lane phase being so brutal. Now he's 2-2-1 against Ezreal, up in CS against Deokdam, even in experience. But it's ShowMaker that's a big problem right now. Jojopyun's not really been farming too much. They've been trying to force these plays. Needs to catch a couple more side waves. Has 2 items, though. Mid-game spike there for the Sylas. Just the Azir will only get scarier and scarier. 2 levels up now is ShowMaker, and Canyon is found Inspired, who's also 2 levels up, farming up the Storm up against this Lee Sin.
Nuguri finding a lot of good poke, very high value here with the Jayce as well. In the disengage on bottom side, the shock blast here sort of warding off evil geniuses. Another big one lands as well. The difference here in the poke gonna mean a lot. Kaori trying his best here on the Ezreal with the ults, trying to weave in some of these mystic shots, but Damwon have the control ward up on Baron.
If they want to, they can do Baron extraordinarily quickly. In the last game, we were talking about Barons being relatively slow. This time around, Barons on both sides, honestly, are pretty quick.
Especially because, look, Deokdam is going for the Infinity Edge next. Gale Force into the Bloodthirster, into Infinity Edge. He's not going for armor penetration. You know, he just doesn't want to go through the front line. He wants to kill Jojo again or go for the Ezreal.
Yeah, well, Impact slinks into the river here. Jojo just going to be pushing out this top lane. You can see a lot of darkness, honestly, on both sides. I mean, Vision hasn't really been the aim for the last little while. Damwon Kia do have 1 minute 30 on the Cloud Soul point.
Their sights are set towards the future for the Dragon Soul arrival because it gives you so many more options. If EG play too much to Dragon side, you can make the Baron play. As you said, Alice, Aphelios Azir can melt that thing, or they can actually go for the Soul.
Damwon need to be careful of this Ezreal. Kaori just transformed a Vamp Scepter into that Hydra. What does Deokdam have in base here? Does he have the full Infinity Edge? No, it's going to be a crit cloak and a pink. So for this next Soul fight, I think Kaori might be a little bit stronger than Deokdam. This could be EG's window to get a gold lead, to get back into this game, to win a fight and look for a Baron. They need to set up some kind of sneaky vision right now. It looks like Vulcan's fishing around here with Inspired and Impact, trying to look see if they can place any wards down. But if EG have a chance, it is in this next 40 seconds. They need to be careful that Damwon don't just rush a Baron, you know. Yes, it is their sole point, but they can't afford to just mismatch you as you put so many resources on this bot lane. You can see 3 members of EG down there. They could turn and burn Baron if they have that information.
Yep, Kaori can't get caught out, but of course does have Arcane Shift. So, Ezreal going to be relatively safe, trying to at least answer some of these lanes as teleport to come forward, and Damwon are just wanting to regroup. Nuguri, is he going to face check? Oh, they actually maneuver themselves out. Okay. I love the vision toggle. It really does keep you on your toes. As Nuguri not going to die this time around. Q doesn't connect, and now we've just started the river ramp. Come through, gentlemen.
Kaori's going to have to teleport. He's so separated right now. He's coming in towards the tri-brush here to join the rest of the team. It's mid-push versus bottom push. EG take the bottom side of the river, and it's a standoff.
This is it. Battle lines are drawn over the wall, looking for an engaged poke wars between the Jayce and the Ezreal. Dragon started up, Inspired. Won't take too much damage from the first one. Crown procced from ShowMaker. That helps the fight a little bit. Dragon down to 8k, Impact still fishing for that ult. He's on vision though, so Vulcan's going to sweep that one out. Where's the Tempered Fate going to go? That could disrupt the fight for Damwon.
Yeah, or secure the Dragon for EG potentially. That Shock Blast is going to be denied, and Tempered Fate finds no one. The Dragon's very confused about what to do, and Vulcan takes half of his health bar in damage. Still a relative standoff, but you can see this poke working out so well. Emperor's Divide picked up by Jojo. There's the ult forward, but the Berserk comes through immediately afterwards. Emperor's Divides, both of them coming through at the same time, but Damwon will obliterate this team fight. The Cloud Soul is picked up as well, and they'll march up the mid lane.
Damwon to wipe Evil Geniuses out of the Dragon Pit. They take the Dragon Soul to boot, and it's straight towards the base.
They won the war of attrition. The poke was landing, hitting multiple members. The Temper Fate didn't connect. Inspired missed his ult, trying to steal the Dragon. The hostile takeover, and ShowMaker made it happen for Damwon.
Yep, and now with 3 dead on EG's side, Vulcan and Kaori trying to save these Nexus turrets. Damwon Kia looking to try and recover after a difficult first match here at Worlds. Or second match, I should say, and are now looking to secure themselves another one. 4 in a row for the LCK, I think. They're back on the horse now as the Nexus goes down.
What a very back and forth game up until that Dragon fight. Yes, EG were a little bit behind, but itemization-wise, I think that they had a chance. Just the poke from Damwon, the setup was stronger. There was even a window there where I thought Nuguri would have been caught. If they stayed in that bush, they could have found it, but that's the power of hindsight, right? They wanted to reposition through bots and group up, but it didn't work out in the end.
Yeah, Nuguri actually doing so much work this game on one of the champions. It used to be a huge signature champ for him. A lot of poke damage laid out. And Damwon, they pull it off. The high investment in damage and just playing out around a few key CC ultimates to be able to make space for themselves. Really just constant high level play there from them to come out on top.
It did take a lot of finesse